Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I am your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge. This video is brought to you by the WWE T-Shirt Club. If you guys want a brand new WWE shirt delivered to your door every single month, just hit the first link in the description and sign up. So the first news story of the day, we're just gonna jump right in here. So the first news story is actually about Mr. Randy Orton. So Randy Orton recently did an interview. He was asked, hey Randy, how long do you think you can do this? You're 40 years old now. How much longer do you think I don't know. Every time like a wrestler approaches their 40s, they always get asked this question, being like, careers are very short here, so when are you gonna quit? So basically Orton had to say, I want to wrestle at least another 10 years. Like I can do another 10 years. Like I'm not one of these guys who's a wrestler and wants to like branch out and do something else and turn into an actor or something. I'm a professional wrestler. That's what I am, and I'm gonna wrestle for as long as I can. Hopefully I can wrestle for 10 years or longer. So that's what Mr. Randy Orton had to say about his future in the WWE. So we're going to have a lot more Randy Orton, a lot more feuds with Randy Orton, and then it's just absolutely wonderful to hear. He's an absolute wonderful professional wrestler. I'm glad he used the term professional wrestler instead of sports entertainer. But yeah, professional wrestler Mr. Randy Orton said he has at least another 10 years ready to go in professional wrestling. Alright, the next news story is about Peacock. So we're going to talk about Peacock. So I actually just signed up for Peacock yesterday. If you guys didn't check out yesterday's video, go ahead and do that. It's my experience using Peacock for the first time. I'm going to say, it's an interesting service for the cost. Right now they have like a special where it's like you can get 4 months for $10 or something. It's cheaper that way, but then it turns to $5 a month with advertisements, which I guess is fine. They have a lot of like different content. I have to be honest with you guys, there's not a lot of wrestling content on there right now, I don't think. What I actually ended up watching on there like last night, I watched the Chucky horror movies are on there, so I checked that out. They have other stuff besides wrestling on there, so that's why I ended up watching instead of the WWE Network, because they don't have a whole lot of things on there yet that I haven't seen. But anyway, guys, this one is about Peacock, and they're actually doing something to the WWE Network that the WWE Network didn't necessarily do. They're going into like all of WWE's previous pay-per-views from the past, you know, however long, like 40 years or something. They're going through and seeing if there's anything offensive or anything that they can edit. They can edit, they can take out, they can blur, they can bleep, whatever. Someone said, like on the Stone Cold podcast or whatever, they bleeped all the curse words out of it. They said, what the hell, that's Stone Cold. You can't edit Stone Cold. Who do you think you are editing Stone Cold? Like, it's just crazy. And it's like a lot of the Attitude Era wouldn't pass. And I'm like, does WWE know? Did they know that Peacock was going to pretty much edit WWE history and change history forever? And like make like, so like if like, you know, someone who's never seen the pay-per-view, they watch the pay-per-view, they don't realize they're only watching like 75% of the pay-per-view, like a quarter of the pay-per-view has been edited out because it wasn't to their policy or whatever. Well, basically WWE has actually released a statement about Peacock editing things out, and they said, we are working with Peacock right now to edit things out. And what the hell, WWE? They're like, if it does not meet our 2021 standards, so basically if it's not politically correct and would pass in 2021, then it's not staying in WWE history. Which are very, very stupid. Don't edit history. Like, the Attitude Era was great, and pretty much everything in the Attitude Era would not pass 2021 politically correct standards or whatever. Like, don't edit it out. What's wrong with you? But that's just my 2 cents on it. But yeah, WWE knows that they're doing that, and they're actually helping them to edit out all of the pretty much the good stuff. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so those are the only 2 confirmed news stories that I had to talk to you guys about today, but don't you dare go anywhere, because things are about to get good here. Things are actually about to get a little juicy around here, so I'd go and suggest for you guys to go and get your juice boxes out, get your juice boxes ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. So the first rumor is about Mr. Keithley. So Mr. Keithley's been missing for a little while. Unfortunately, I do not have an update for you guys about his health and where he is, if he's injured, if he's sick, what's going on with him. He has been missing from WWE television for a very, very long time. He even missed the Royal Rumble, so I don't know if he's appeared. I don't believe he's appeared even on a pay-per-view in all of 2021, so it's a bit concerning. Basically, apparently, WWE, they had planned for Keithley to actually win the United States Championship at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, but obviously his health wouldn't allow that, and he hasn't been able to wrestle since, I guess, well, it's been a while. I mean, it's been a very, very long time. I don't know if he's even wrestled in 2021, but I wish the best of luck to Keithley in his recovery from whatever he's fighting right now. But yeah, he was actually supposed to win the United States Championship at Elimination Chamber, but obviously that didn't happen. The next rumor is about Miss Charlotte Flair. So Charlotte Flair has been taken off the WrestleMania posters. If you guys have watched any of my WWE News episodes, you know what's going on with Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair contracted it. And she apparently is cleared from it now, but she hasn't returned yet. Her fiance Andrade said she was going to return on SmackDown this past week. Obviously that didn't happen. Andrade is no longer with the WWE, so WWE could have just changed their mind on that. Apparently Charlotte Flair wasn't even backstage for that. So there's a big question mark on Charlotte Flair, if what they're doing, if she's even going to have a feud for WrestleMania. There was rumors there was going to be Charlotte Flair versus Bayley at WrestleMania because they changed it from having Charlotte Flair in the women's championship picture this year, and they replaced her with Rhea Ripley. So it's kind of interesting, and it's very possible that Charlotte Flair won't even be doing anything at WrestleMania. But who knows? We'll just, I guess, have to wait and see. I have no clue at this point. Alright, the next rumor, speaking of WrestleMania, apparently they have a lot more, and I mean a lot more matches to announce for WrestleMania that they have not yet announced, because we're having like pretty much like almost 10 hours of wrestling for WrestleMania, because it's a 2-night special this year. So there's more spots for matches. You're going to have a 4-hour main show with a 1-hour pre-show, and there's going to be pre-show matches, so almost a 10-hour show. I'm guessing for like the first half of the pre-show, like the 30 minutes of the pre-show, to just be talking. The other 30 minutes they'll actually do matches. Yeah, that's a lot of freaking wrestling. There's a lot of spots to fill, and apparently they still have a lot more WrestleMania matches to actually announce in the coming, I guess, next week. Alright, the next rumor, this is a name I've never said here on the YouTube channel, even though the guy is a YouTuber. His name's Logan Paul. Okay, Logan Paul, I've never really got into his content or anything, but you can't argue with the guy's success. I mean, the guy has like 25 million subscribers or something. It's like, yeah, he's pretty untouchable, here on YouTube anyway. But basically, he's doing a collaboration with WWE, it looks like at this point. Just randomly, Sami Zayn like tweeted at Logan Paul, then Logan Paul tweeted back, and then the next, literally, it felt like the next day on SmackDown, it's like, Logan Paul's gonna be coming to SmackDown next week. Wait, what's going on? You guys are flying him out, where's he live, like California? You guys are flying him from California to Florida just to be on SmackDown. And it's just been like a crazy thing. I mean, it's really good to see because he's kind of bridging the gap, and it's like one of the first YouTubers to actually ever collaborate with WWE, which opens it up to future YouTubers, I guess. Even Logan Paul's not a wrestling YouTuber. Like, I'm a wrestling YouTuber, put me on SmackDown, but I guess, obviously, I don't have the following the guy does, but hopefully he'll bring in some new fans and stuff like that. But as for future plans for Logan Paul in the WWE, apparently he's actually going to be doing something at WrestleMania. What that something is, we don't know. We know we are having, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, and apparently Logan Paul will be involved in that match and somehow. I don't know if he's going to be a special guest referee or a special guest enforcer or just be by ringside with Sami. I don't know, but apparently Logan Paul will indeed be at WrestleMania 37, so I don't know what he's doing. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright, the next rumor is actually about the WWE Thunderdome. So they're doing another Thunderdome after this Thunderdome. So they're moving Thunderdomes, but it looks the same on TV. The Thunderdome looks the same. How many times can I say Thunderdome? But basically, it looks the same on TV, so we're not going to notice the difference when they move. But this new building they're moving into, they are going to start moving apparently on April 1st into this new building for the Thunderdome. And the contract for this Thunderdome actually doesn't end until July 31st. Which opens it up to a question, which I guess will just go ahead and lead me into my next rumor here. This one is about WWE touring, WWE live shows, WWE house shows, having fans back at shows. They're touring across the country, allowing fans to come back. When is that happening? Apparently, WWE, they don't know. They have no plan for it at this point. There's no plan for a tour. There's no plans for nothing like that. But we do know they're going to be in the Thunderdome until July 31st. So I would imagine we're looking at August if they do go back on tour, but in August time, it's either they're going to go back on tour or they're getting another Thunderdome. So who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But as of right now, apparently WWE, it kind of sucks because I'm a WWE vlogger. I like going to WWE shows, doing vlogs, sharing my experience and things like that. But it just sucks. It really sucks. But I guess I got to be patient here. It's not too much longer. But I can cross my fingers in August that maybe they'll go back on tour. But as of right now, they have no plans to go back on tour. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the saddest part of the entire video. So go ahead and get your tissues out, get your tissues ready, because ladies and gentlemen, this is the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I will be talking about inside of this video. So this is about the triple threat match that just randomly came up for WrestleMania. So we are no longer having a one-on-one match between Edge and Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Daniel Bryan's been added to the mix, so it could be a triple threat. And this was a rumor I reported like a few weeks ago that they might do this just so like Bryan can eat the pin or whatever. So Bryan can get pinned, it doesn't make Roman look weak or whatever. And that was one of the reasons. Apparently there's another reason that they've decided for this is, I guess it just adds more excitement to it, but one of the contributing things, I guess, is this thing going around backstage saying that Edge, the Rated R Superstar Edge, is looking old. What do you mean he's looking old? They're saying he's looking older every single week. And I'm like, well, yeah, the guy's growing out his beard. Of course he's gonna look older. Like, if I shave my face like a baby, I'm gonna look like a baby. But if I grow out my beard like ZZ Top down to my belly button, I'm gonna look older. Like, but if you just shave the clean, then he's gonna look like a 2010 Edge. He doesn't look that. I mean, obviously he's in much better shape than he even was back then. But he's gonna look very similar, at least in his face, to what he did in like 2010. So. Yeah, it's a very, very stupid rumor here, but Edge is looking older every week, and that's one of the reasons they decided to make it a triple threat, to make it more exciting or whatever, but I don't know, it's really stupid to hear that Edge is looking older every week. Well, of course he is. He's growing out his beard. Like, when he won the Rumble, he was like, had it very, like, stubbly, and now it's all like this, so he's a little bit older. But anyway, I'd hope that wasn't the only reason that Vince decided to make it a triple threat. But the triple threat's interesting anyway, and I can't wait to see it live at WrestleMania. If you guys don't know, I'm doing vlogs, so subscribe to the channel, be ready to check out all the Brandon Hines vlogs for WrestleMania week.
Okay, Brandon, maybe you have a point, but that's why I shave my face, so I never look old, okay, Brandon? Screw you. Hey, die.
So there you guys have it. That's going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Right now on screen, I'm going to leave a link to 2 previous videos for you guys to check out, as well as a button to subscribe to this channel if you're brand new here. But thank you guys for watching this video. I am Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.